How we doing, YouTube? Stevie here. It is Friday the 19th, 9 o'clock or so in the morning. Whoa, I'm just unloading down here and over here, I should say, in Omaha. Not too bad a place to unload. I've been here. This kind of it seems like it goes on Sunday, delivers Monday, and then they got another one that goes Thursday, delivers Friday. Pretty regular coming out of South Elgin. It pays okay. Like not quite $1,000 to come over after they're cut. And then I have a load. The load coming back is not one that I've never done it before, so I don't know. I shouldn't say I don't want it because I haven't done it. Comes out of Council Bluffs, which of course is right on the other side of the state line there. So this where I'm delivering, they don't start unloading until 9 o'clock. They're I guess you'd call them a final mile delivery service. So they've got straight trucks that scurry all over everywhere. I don't know how many they got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 or so in the driveway right now, and 4 or 5 of them's already left this morning. So something like that. And they get a couple loads of these Wayfair every week, and they get other stuff too. I mean, but long story short, they load their trucks up first thing in the morning, the outbound trucks, and then they unload me after they get them gone. So that's why that works pretty good. Now you can park here overnight, but there's not hardly any parking, and I already see that it's a pretty nice building, and they got a fence, and I'm sure it was a JB Hunt truck backed into their fence, because where you park is like just right across from the docks. It's not very big. You can get in here, but it's not very big. It's built for straight trucks. But as long as they're out of the way, which they usually are, you can get in here. Anyway, long story short, I see somebody, they were watching the edge of the curb and was backing their tandems up to the curb, not realizing that their trailer stuck back quite a bit farther than that and backed into that fence. So hopefully this place doesn't say anything and make it so we can't park here overnight, because this works really good because you can get right down in here. And I mean, I'm looking at a pilot sign. There's not one very far away, but it's in the Sapp Brothers, it looks like, which is right off of 80. I just noticed you can see that truck stop from here, the sign for it anyway. But then you'd have to start your clock to come over here, where this way you don't have to start your clock, because it'll take them. Now this load didn't look too awful bad, and it looked like it was on skids, a fair bit of it. So it'll be an hour though, for sure, hour and a half before they get me unloaded. But they seem pretty nice, and I said it's not a bad deal, especially because you don't have to start your clock. And then I'll go get that Council Bluffs load that goes back to Minooka, Illinois. But the problem with that is it actually doesn't deliver till Sunday, but you can deliver it a day early. Well, Minooka's only it's not very far back across there, 400 miles maybe, not even. And so I'm going to be there. Well, it'll be tonight by the time I get there, because like I said, they don't load till noontime. But then I think it's a drop-in hook on the other end. But I'm going to call and see if I can leave this trailer there, because I'm going to do hopper next week. The guy that I get my freight from, Mike, he got some other loads I can do, and they actually pay more than the load I was doing before. The load that I was saying I didn't make quite enough money. This round is better, and so it better than drive van, and I'm home every day. Before I was making a little less money and home every day, so that was the draw, but it was quite a bit less. Well, at this rate, I mean, it all depends how many bushels and tons you haul, but how many they put in, because it varies a little bit. They don't. Sometimes they load you heavy, sometimes they load you a little light. Because a lot of that they just do by eyesight. You're not sitting on a scale. That corn I get, the guy just watches, and when it thinks it's full, he quits. And he usually hits it. We're usually close to the same, but anyway, long story short on that, should be $975 a day or so, something like that. Just shy of 1,000 a day. But I'll have to run. Before I was making like $750 a day, but I was only running a couple hundred miles, 250. Doing this, I'll run 450, give or take a smidge, depending on which place I go to. He's got a couple different places, but but it's still more money to the house, so that's the important thing. And I utilize more of my day, because I wasn't even barely working an 8-hour day before. I need to run more hours than that. I mean, in the wintertime, I don't care that I only run that long, but, and if it's bad weather, I don't want to run at all. So anyway, we'll be back on the hopper on Monday, which is what I want to be doing anyway. When I left yesterday, I looked at that new hopper sitting in the driveway and me not hooked to it, and I was not happy about it. I didn't want to run this load over here. I mean, it's not a bad loop. It's just that I knew that I was going to be... But I have to sleep in the truck last night. I'm going to have to sleep in the truck tonight. I won't get home till Saturday midday, the best. I'll get home by Saturday midday. It's just I don't... Not the way I want to live my life, that's for sure. In this truck anymore. I've lived enough days in this truck. I don't want to live any more in them if I don't have to. And I don't have to, so I'm not going to. But anyway, I did notice that not nearly as much interest in hopper bottom on the tubes. You guys are not interested in hopper content, which is fine. If I do JB Hunt content, I tend to get a few more subs and a few more views. And I don't do thumbnails and put titles on my videos or anything like that, so that would be helpful as well. But maybe I'll start doing that some for my hopper bottom work. But like I said, hopper, it really isn't terribly exciting. It's very repetitive. So, you know, once I tell you about going to, you know, sitting in the corn line at South Bend and then getting a load of distillers over to Joliet and then being, you know, I leave at 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, and I'm home by 2. That's not very interesting YouTube content in terms of the trucking world. So, you know, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't really get into politics on this channel. I have another channel that I was going to do that with, Backwater News, but I haven't put any content on there at all, and very little. And that's my name of my Rumble channel. I have a Rumble channel called that as well, and that was going to be politics. But to be honest with you, I'm so unimpressed with politics anymore. I don't have the ambition to talk about it. I listen to it when I'm driving in the daytime, but I mean, I'm going to vote for Trump. And on terms of like the national races, you know, and you can vote for whoever you want. I don't think less of you. You want to vote for Biden or Harris, or do whatever you want. I don't care. I might not agree with you, but I'm not going to get into a whole knockdown, drag out argument over it. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. So that doesn't make interesting content either. I could do some content, more homesteading content, I guess, as I redo my house and my little farm operation. That's probably where the content's going to lead to, is something like that. I don't know if you guys will be interested in that, but we'll try that for a few months. And if you guys aren't interested in that, well, I'll just we'll call the whole thing off. If you're not interested in the hopper content, but all right, we're almost done. God bless everybody, and we'll talk again soon.